Fox presents the 1990 Billboard Music Awards.
It's the 1990 Billboard Music Awards.
One, two, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, right. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Music Awards. And now, the man who invented the whole concept of music in the first place, Paul Schaefer.
Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you for that totally accurate introduction. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? Why? Am I right? Why are they bothering? Is that what you're thinking? Why are they bothering to do yet another awards television show? Well, I'll tell you why, because this one is going to be different. You see, this is Billboard magazine. That's right. Now in the industry, and by the industry, of course, I mean the business. Well, the music business. This is the Bible. Now, trust me on this, it's absolutely true. You see, we look to the charts each week to see what's the #1 record in America. And these charts are based on airplay and sales. Simple as that. And everybody here tonight, the presenters, the performers, and the winners are here because you made them #1 in Billboard's charts this year. Now, speaking of #1, on August 25th of this year, the #1 spot on the R&B Singles chart was occupied by a little record called Jerk Out, as recorded by The Time. Ladies and gentlemen, here to co-host the 1990 Billboard Awards with me is the lead singer of The Time, Morris Day, everybody. It is an absolutely marvelous gas to see you this evening.
Well, it's fabulous to see you here this evening, Paul.
Thank you, Morris.
We're here tonight to celebrate this year's winners, the top artists on the various Billboard charts for 1990, and to hear some great music. We started with Nelson, who led off the show with their #1 hit, Love and Affection.
So here to introduce the #1 Hot 100 single of the year are Matthew and Gunnar Nelson.
Here they are with the #1 Hot 100 single of the year, hold on.
Well, that some white people I know were afraid of rap music.
Yeah, but not me. I have always loved and respected the fabulous artistry of the proponents of the art of the rapport, as I like to refer to it. I even have some experience myself.
Oh, I know that, Paul. In fact, I've even got it on film.
Where the airwaves howl and it's a big fat word. It's a real bang. Twist, what you can do. The swing, the body and the boogie. The twist, the radio city. Breaking, shaking, doing the world of New York radio makes the world.
Well, anyway, nowadays, of course, rap is constantly in the headlines and on the top of the pop charts. Let's take a look at the rap artists, black and white, who were busting moves, if I may, all over the pop charts.
If you want it, you got it. You want it, baby, you got it.
Pump up the jam. Pump up the jam. Pump up the jam. Pump it up. Pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it.
Number 3. Number 2.
911 is over your town. Get up, get down. Late 911, where's the late crime?
Number 1.
MC Hammer wins 2 awards tonight. First, he's the #1 rapper on the pop album chart. The second award is an amazing accomplishment. Out of all the hundreds of albums charted in 1990, his album had the longest run at #1. A sensational 21 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, MC Hammer.
First of all, I would like to thank God for blessing us with a phenomenal year. We've had a great year. I'd like to thank Joe Smith at Capitol Records for supporting us and the rest of the Capitol family, the Bustin' Records family. I'd definitely like to thank all the fans who supported us throughout the year. My group who's willing to work hard 6 days a week. We're out here touring. We're having a good time visiting all the cities. And I'd like to thank my producers, my management, Felton Pilot, James Early, and my manager and brother Louis Burrell. Once again, we'd like to thank all of you.
I just want to say thank you to my mom and my dad. I want to thank MC Hammer and Louis Burrell for bringing us all together, and I want to thank Capitol Records.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Hello, my daughter, Susanna. Thank you to all the Buster Records staff and the Capitol Records. Thank you. All right.
Hey, this year's pop charts have produced some incredible statistics. With Vogue, Madonna became the first female solo artist ever to amass 8 #1 singles.
Richard Marx was the first solo artist to reach the top 5 with each of his 7 chart singles. Here are a few of 1990's pop chart toppers.
Yes.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
Their album went to number 1 in just 2 weeks. The number 1 pop artist of the year. New Kids on the Block.
Bill Collins, Eric Clapton, and more from MC Hammer when the 1990 Billboard Music Awards continue.
Every year, Billboard acknowledges the top new pop artists of the year. Before we announce this year's new pop female artist, let's take a look at some of those that Billboard has honored in the past in this category. Her platinum smash all around the world went top of the R&B and dance chart and to number 3 on the pop singles chart from England. The 1990 number 1 new pop female artist, Lisa. You know, women seem to rule the charts right now, isn't it true? Paula Abdul, Mariah Carey, Janet Jackson, Madonna, Sinead O'Connor, Wilson Phillips. Boy, the mind absolutely boggles. But here are the top adult contemporary female artists of the year.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
Number 1 is a woman whose string of hits was almost cut.
You know, Paul, you're right. These awards are a lot of fun.
I told you they would be, Morris, but you know, there's something not quite right about you tonight. There's something seems to be missing. Is there something missing?
As a matter of fact, there is. Jerome.
Hold a second. Hold it. I introduced you. I didn't get a valet. Hey, Jerome, let me look in that mirror. Let me look in it. Hold it. Morris. How come I can't see myself in that mirror?
Well, you know, Paul Schaefer, I don't know. What can I say? Excuse me.
I gotta get myself my own mirror.
We've seen the top new female pop artists. It's only fair that we give equal time to the top new male pop artists. But first,
let's take a look at some of the past winners in this category.
This is Jerome Benton, everybody. I gotta get myself my own valet. I gotta get my own valet.
We're gonna do it then. This year's winner co-wrote 2 giant hits for Tone Loc, Wild Thing and Funky Cold Medina. He stepped out from behind the scenes and promptly won a Grammy for his smash, Bust a Move.
The number 1 new pop male artist of 1990, Young MC.
I'll just wait till you guys are finished because I'm really at a loss for words. I mean, that's... First of all, I'd like to thank Billboard for creating this award and recognizing me for this. I'd like to thank all the radio and the retail for playing the record and selling the record, because without them, obviously, I wouldn't be able to be here tonight doing this. I'd like to thank my manager, Michael Gardner, my lawyer, Gary Greenberg, my business manager. I'm just doing this so I don't get any crap tomorrow. My business manager, Jeff Turner. And I'd like to thank all of you. I mean, it's been... Everybody told me it was going to be a roller coaster ride, but it's just been going up, 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 and up, and I'm waiting for it to go down, but it's not going down yet, so I just want to thank you for that.
Coming up on the 1990 Billboard Music Awards, Phil Collins, Janet Jackson, and the Hammer Braves.
Our next special guest is one of this year's #1 artists, a newcomer from Canada, and we're proud of her. She had 2 weeks at the top of the rock charts in February, and then 2 weeks on top of the pop charts in March. Here is the woman behind Black Velvet.
It's everything from Janet Jackson to Wilson Phillips, from Michael Bolton to the Righteous Brothers. Pretty much everyone except Poison and Public Enemy. Here's a look at some of the notable successes in 1990. seriously produced 4 top 5 singles, one of which, do you remember, was the #1 adult contemporary single of the year.
1990 was an incredible year in rock, especially for some veteran artists who proved that they still got what it takes. Former Pink Floyd member Roger Waters restaged the classic rock opera The Wall in Berlin, and the Rolling Stones were still rocking hard after over a quarter of a century as they completed their Steel Wheels tour, and we should all be in such good shape. Let's take a look at the top album rock tracks artists of the year. Number one is a man who was creating classics with legendary bands like the Yardbirds, Cream, and Blind Faith long before I was born. This year he had 3 major hits and his highest charting album since 1983. The #1 album rock tracks artist of 1990, Eric Clapton. Eric is on tour right now. You should see what's going on in this studio. That was an exclusive look at his performance at the Royal Albert Hall earlier this year. We managed to catch up with him in Sydney, Australia, to present him.
His album has sold 8 million copies and counting.
It's the first rap album ever to go 3 top 10 pop hits, and it was #1 on the pop charts for 21 weeks. The second longest run since Thriller. The album topped the R&B charts for 28 weeks.
Not only that, the single You Can't Touch This debuted higher on the charts than any other record since the star-studded We Are the World. Here again is the man who truly established rap music on the pop scene. What time is it? Hammer time.
Don't ever stop for a moment.
come on the Billboard Music Awards. Janet Jackson, Cliff Black, Sinead O'Connor, and much more.
Well, hey, we're back, and we're going to honor a superstar who has left an indelible mark on the face of music this year. Everybody knows who it is. To make this presentation, here is a man who does not let his success and fame interfere with his devotion to youth causes and education. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Glover.
Entertainers can make a difference. Singers, dancers, painters, writers, actresses, and actors can affect our lives just as mightily as the words and deeds of our most powerful politicians. We can manipulate or we can inspire. Janet Jackson inspired.
A little over a year ago, Janet set her sights on nothing less than moving a generation of young people with her rhythms, her discipline, and her idealism. Her optimism caught on, her courage prevailed. Her suite of songs generated a record-setting 6 top 5 singles, including 3 #1 pop hits, and it's not over yet. Her groundbreaking achievements have been nothing short of phenomenal. 1990 has been the year of Rhythm Nation. Rhythm Nation. What is it? Rhythm Nation is irresistible syncopation. Janet's been dancing since the age of 7, and whether paying tribute to the golden age of Hollywood or sharpening the cutting edge of street-style choreography, her dancing is an art form in itself.
Get the point, good. Let's dance.
Rhythm Nation is unrelenting hard work, and no one works at perfection more passionately than Janet. The winner of the MTV Video Vanguard Award, as well as the Grammy for a long-form video, Janet has earned a position as one of the most influential forces in popular music.
We are in a race between education and catastrophe.
Rhythm Nation is artistic innovation. Janet's a conceptualizer, a creative writer. Along with her collaborators, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, she has written fantastic music that makes you move and brilliant lyrics that make you think.
Take it from me, you'll be walking around satisfied for a better day until you educate for a better way. If you want to be in control, you got to get yourself in. Edit. 4,
2, 1. Rhythm Nation is all over the world. More than a video artist, Janet thrives on live performances. Her premiere tour, the most successful in history, sold out on 4 continents, crossing all boundaries of culture, age, and race.
People of the world unite, stripping of us, we can get it right one time. We are a part of the Rhythm Nation.
It's wonderful to achieve, and it's especially wonderful when someone so bright and blessed with talent uses those achievements to elevate us all.
In complete darkness, we are all the same. It is only our knowledge and wisdom that separate us. Don't let your eyes deceive you.
Tonight, Janet Jackson's achievements include no less than 8 major awards. The #1 Hot 100 Singles Artist, the #1 R&B Artist, the #1 R&B Singles Artist, the #1 R&B Albums Artist, the #1 Dance Singles Artist, the #1 Club Artist, and both the #1 Rhythm and Blues Album and the #1 Pop Album of 1990. Not since Michael Jackson's Thriller has an artist dominated the field so completely, and never before in history has a woman won this unprecedented number of awards. All this at the tender age of 24. Ladies and gentlemen, the remarkable spirit of Rhythm Nation, Miss Janet Jackson.
Thank you very much. I love you too. Thank you very much, Danny. I'd like to thank Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Jelly Bean Johnson, Billboard, A&M Records, HK Management. I'd like to thank my mother and father and RJ. I'd also like to thank all of my fans who have supported me. All my fans have supported me throughout my entire career. And without God, without my faith in God, I wouldn't be here today. When I first started this project 2 years ago, the idea was to make social consciousness with dance music. My dream was to affect people in a positive way. Some said it would never work. And I'm so happy that my fans have proven them all wrong. The most rewarding thing for me was to actually meet kids who had dropped out of school, who had been hooked on drugs, or who had even tried to take their own lives, but were inspired to change through Rhythm Nation. And as you can see, dreams do come true. If you work hard and believe, you can achieve them. Thank you.
Still to come, performances by Belle Biv DeVoe, Paul McCartney, and Randy Travis as the 1990 Billboard Music Awards continue.
1990 has been an incredible year for country music. Well, hot damn, Morris. I didn't know you liked country music. Love it. 90% of my CD collection is country music. Oh. This year, newcomers like Garth Brooks have had great success in the pop charts.
And the continuing impact of superstars diverse as Willie Nelson, Conway Twitty, Alabama, prove that there's room enough for everyone under the big tent of country music.
Here are some of the year's top country performers.
I'll always look up to you. And I'll go down and do my walking. Here in the real world, it's not that easy at all. To learn how to she has you. If we hold
Watch where you go, remember where you've been. That's the way I see it, I'm a simple man.
When he said I do, I choose that I do too. 'Cause I meant every word he said.
The #1 country album of the year, Killing Time, and the #1 country single belong to a man from Texas, whose first album has just gone double platinum.
Every one of his singles has gone #1. Here with Nobody's Home is...
This whole valet thing has been bugging me all night, Morris and his valet, but I think I may have found myself a solution. Ladies and gentlemen, the producer of Janet Jackson, Johnny Gill, not to mention the Time, of which he is also a member. How about a gang for Jimmy Jam? Now I can see Jimmy Jam, everybody, come on. Let him hear it. That's a press. Thank you, Jimmy. Talk about conferring hip status on another cat. The award for #1 country artist of 1990 reflects success in both singles and albums. A consistent presence in the pop album charts, this cat went to the top twice this year on the country charts. The #1 country artist and the #1 country album artist of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Travis.
This year was hotter than ever.
Artists like MC Hammer, Quincy Jones, and After 7.
And of course, The Time.
All had #1 singles.
Before we walk away with this award, let's take a look at the other contenders. The #1 spot belongs to an electrifying group of 4 ladies who scored 2 #1 hits from their debut album, Born to Sing.
The #1 R&B single, Hold On, is from DeVoe.
Cause it's the
on the Billboard Music Awards, performances by Belle Biv DeVoe, Paul McCartney, awards for the #1 worldwide single and album.
One of the hits from the top soundtrack album of 1990, Pretty Woman, was the king of wishful thinking from England's Go West.
Here to introduce the #1 new pop artist of the year are Go West, Peter Cox and Richard Drummond.
Are we having a good time? That's why we're here. So far in the show, we've seen over 20 artists who've been #1 in Billboard's charts at one time or another, and dozens more who have had top 10 hits.
They also had something else in common. They all started out their careers as unknowns.
Absolutely nowhere.
Remarkable. Let's take a look at some other artists who went from obscurity to stardom this year.
Pop artists Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, and Ronnie DeVoe are BBD.
Well, DeVoe! 1, 2, BBD's on the Billboard, and you know the house is packed. Come on! Yeah, Spider-Man and freezers full of flack. Yo, you ready, Ron? I'm ready. You ready, Bill? I'm ready, Slick. Are you? Come on!
Girl, I must warn you. Strange in my mind. Yo, situation is let's kill it cause we're running out of time. It's also relationships they seem from the start. It's also the love is not the good.
You know what, yo? You know the words. Sing along. Come on. It's driving me out of my mind. Come on. Sing it.
Ron, move your dead.
That girl is. Come on. You know what? I never felt a big breath to smile. That girl is.
If I were you, I'd take precaution before I step to meet my girl.
You know,
cause in some motion, you'll reach the best thing in the world.
you know what, Ron?
She's so fine, she'll drive you right out of your mind, steal your heart when you're blind. Beware, she's scheming. She'll make you think you're dreaming. You'll fall in love and you'll be screaming. Demon,
Poison, deadly, moving it slow. Looking for a mellow fellow like DeVoe getting paid. Lay so, better lay low. Scheming on hot money and the whole show. The low grow low, she'll be cut like an afro. So what you saying? She's a winner to you, but I know she's a loser. How do you know? Me and the crew used to do. Here we go.
Come on. Poison. Come on. Poison. What is she, y'all? Poison. Say it loud. Poison.
You're on, you're rich. I'ma go chill with the bitch. Here we go.
Poison.
Yo, hands up. Are you ready, homie? Yo, are you ready, homie? Ben, are you ready? Are y'all ready out there?
flocking of hoes. There was one particular girl that stood out from the rest. Poison as can be, the hot power chef. Michael Bivens here, and I'm running the show. Bell, Biff, DeVoe. Now you know.
Come on, y'all, help me sing the song. It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. You know what? Miss her, kiss her, love her.
Wrong move, you're dead.
That girl is.
Party people! Come on, let me hear it. One time, come on, say poison! Say poison! Say poison! Come on, say poison! Say poison! Well, somebody, anybody, everybody scream!
This is it. Yo, first of all, I want to thank some of the people. I want to thank some of the people that never really get their fair shot, you know, when we're giving thanks most of the time. I'm going to start off and thank our manager, Mr. Hiram Hicks, Calvin Hubbard, Billy Gibson, Phil Robinson, and of course the girls, Nikita, Plu, T, and Deborah. We love you. Hold on. We also like to acknowledge our record company, MCA Records. Definitely, can we get a hand for MCA? Without them, wouldn't be possible. We also like to thank radio, video outlets, everyone out there that gave us the opportunity to be seen and be heard. What's up, Mike? Well, we would just like to close it and say, for all the BBD fans out there that helped us sell 2.6 million albums, we can say one thing, y'all. They said it couldn't be done, but tonight we did it, y'all. Thanks. And we're gonna close it real smooth and real slow, and we just like to say, we thank the Lord, because we know without this, or without Him, none of this would be possible. We love y'all.
Well, every award so far this evening has been based on how an artist's singles and albums have performed in the Billboard charts. But our next award is based on live concert gross receipts for an engagement at a single venue as determined by Amusement Business and Billboard magazine. So, let's look at some of the artists who are up for the #1 concert gross this year. One artist took 5 of the 10 spots on the list of top grossing concert engagements of 1990, including #1. he mounted a world tour that played over 50 cities in 15 countries. In Brazil, he played to 360,000 fans over 2 days. Sharing with us now a first ever look at one of the highlights of his world tour, the top grossing concert artist of 1990, Paul McCartney. Paul couldn't be here tonight, so we went to London to give him his award.
Hello, everybody, there at the Billboard Awards. This is Paul McCartney speaking, really? Yeah. And I'd like to thank you all for this great award. Very honored, because we had a great time on the tour, and very honored to be the top box office gross out of the whole year. And you have fun this evening. We love you. Thank you.
#1 worldwide single and worldwide album when the Billboard Music Awards continue.
Most other countries in the world have charts of their own, and the statisticians at Billboard have used their own charts from America and affiliated charts from Europe and Japan and elsewhere around the world to compute, for the first time ever, the #1 single and album of the world.
To introduce the first of these international awards, a woman whose own impact on world music has been tremendous. Her brilliant poetic lyrics have covered a very broad range of subjects.
Okay, we have one award left. And here to present that award, the president of Billboard, Sam Holdsworth.
To me, the greatest thing about this show is the opportunity to bring together on this stage the top artists we've been tracking all year long. On behalf of Billboard, I'd like to congratulate all of tonight's winners. It's a special honor for me to present the final award of the evening, the #1 album of the world. He's had 6 #1 hits as a solo artist, and as a member of Genesis, he's won 5 Grammys and received 2 Academy Award nominations. His 4th solo album produced 6 hit singles. Here in the United States, the album is closing in on quadruple platinum. It spent 4 weeks at #1 and has been on the charts for 55 weeks. Its success worldwide has been staggering. #1 in Canada for 11 weeks. #1 in England for 15 weeks. #1 in Germany for 4 months. #1 in Italy, in the Netherlands. In all, it went #1 in 21 countries, and so far has sold in excess of 14 million copies. Along with his as ever popular songs and love songs and R&B flavored dance hits, this album includes songs about religious intolerance and the inhumanity of apartheid. Every one of his 127 concerts across the world raised money to aid the homeless, an issue addressed directly in his #1 hit, Another Day in Paradise. Ladies and gentlemen, the #1 album of the world, but seriously, Phil Collins.
And I'm nervous.
She calls out to the man on the street. Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I've nowhere to sleep. There's some way you can tell me. He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. He starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Just think twice. It's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh yeah, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. Just think about it. Think about it. She calls out to the man on the street. He can see she's been crying. She's got blisters on the soles of her feet. She can't walk, but she's trying. Oh yeah, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. Oh yeah, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. Just think about it. Just think about it. Oh Lord, is there nothing more anybody can do? Oh Lord, there must be something you can say. You can tell by the lines on her face. You can see that she's been there. Probably been moved on from every place. 'Cause she didn't let him there. Oh yeah, think twice. 'Cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh yes, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. Just think about it. Just think about it. It's just another day for you and me in paradise.
Thank you. I can't, hang on a sec. I can't let this award go without at least saying thank you to a few people. I know you've had lots of thank you speeches tonight, but I've got to do a few thank yous here. And I've also got another change of clothes, which I just wanted you to know that, Hugh Padgham, I'd like to thank Hugh Padgham. He co-produced the record with me and he's done all my solo stuff with me. Tony Smith, my manager, I'd like to thank. He's been my manager and good friend since 1973. I'd like to thank the guys that played on the record. Daryl Sturmer, Dominic Miller, Eric Clapton, Nathan East, Leland Sklar, Pino Palladino, the Phoenix Horns, Tom Tom Washington, Steve Bishop, Steve Winwood, and David Crosby. Get better soon, Dave. The guys that played in the band on the road, because the tour definitely helped the album a lot. I mentioned some of their names, but there's also Brad Cole and Chester Thompson and Arnold McCullough, Fred White, Bridget Bryant. And moving along, the record companies. Record companies can make or break a record, and I'm very lucky to have 3 great record companies that I'm signed to. In England, it's Virgin. In North America, it's Atlantic, and the rest of the world is WEA, and they've all become my friends, and I'd like to thank them for their enthusiasm. I told you there are a lot of people. Videos make a tremendous amount of difference, as we all know, and I work with 2 of the best guys in the business, Jim Ukich and Paul Flattery. I'd like to thank them for their input on this. I'd also like to thank the British and American music press for their kind words and enthusiasm. I'd like to, but I'm not going to, because present company excluded and a handful of others, the music press don't really like me very much, and I don't really like them much either, so that's fine. But I would seriously like to thank the fans, because you guys are the reason that I am here tonight accepting this, and I would especially like to thank the fans worldwide that put their hands in their pockets to help the homeless on the Sirius tour. We raised a considerable amount of money, and I'm matching that, and the record companies are matching that combined amount, so we've raised a load of money for the homeless. Thank you very much. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my wife Jill, who lets me work as much as I want, when I want, and I'd like to thank my kids, Simon, Jolie, and Lily. Daddy done pretty good tonight. Thank you very much.